Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. And today I'm going to tell you about the monthly flying stars for the month of June, which is also called the Earth Force month, Wu Wu month. Now the Earth Force month in Chinese metaphysics goes from 6th of June all the way to 6th of July, so it's not precisely the same as in the Western calendar, but nevertheless, it is called the month of June. Now, for those of you who are completely new to monthly flying stars, in order for you to understand what it is that I'm actually talking about here, all you need to do is just go stand more or less in the center of your home and hold out the phone compass or any sort of compass that you have at hand, and then just check where do you have north, south, east, west, and so on. And these are then the sectors that I'm talking about, and I will explain to you how you can use each sector to really maximize the luck of the month. Now, this flying stars chart is rather special in that you can see there's double numbers in each palette, as we call it, or in each sectors. So it's always the same star, both for the month and the annual star. This doesn't happen all that often, and so what happens is the stars themselves basically double up in strength. So this is very, very good if you happen to be seated or sleeping in a good sector, but it can also increase the risk of some of the more negative sectors. So let's have a look at how we can make use of this month's flying stars chart and what we can do to avoid the more negative areas. So the first one we look at is the south here, where we have the monthly number 8 as well as the annual number 8. Now, this is the last year where we can really make use of the financial opportunities that the number 8 star brings. And this is more of a cash flow star. So if you are an employee, then this would be a great sector to use if you have to work from home or work on your finances, your budgeting, or anything like this. If you make a financial plan, this is a great sector to do so because this brings more work, more cash flow, right? Now, especially also if you're working from home, this would be a great sector in June. It is more money through more work, but ultimately it does lead to more money. So using this sector, maybe working from here would be great. And as I mentioned, anything to do with finances, anything to do with financial planning or budgeting should be conducted from here. This is a great sector in June. Now, the next one that's really good is the Southwest sector, where we have the monthly number 1. We also call this the Nobleman Star, and you can also use this for investment. But usually it's a Nobleman Star, meaning that if you are seated here, if you're located here, you immediately tap into helpful people energies. So whenever you want to connect with someone, pick up the phone, write an email, or write a message and ask for help or assistance or mentoring or just for some sort of guidance, you can do this from the Southwest sector. And the energies are already with you and will help you. And again, it's doubled up energy because the annual number 1 is also located in the Southwest. Now, you can also use this sector for studying and focusing on a particular subject matter. It's a good area to do this from. And long-term investment activities. Yeah, so if you would like to do some research into investments before you're actually doing any investments, then the Southwest is also a great area to do that. If you are in sales and marketing or PR, where you are constantly on the front line, you need to connect with people, this is also a good sector to be in and from which you can make those phone calls. Now, the next one that is really, really great is the North sector here with the monthly number 9. The number 9 star is a star that pertains to celebration, happy events, promotion, anything that makes you feel celebratory, right? So if you have your bedroom located here, that's ideal, especially if you are a couple, then you will look forward to a really, really harmonious month. Very, very few disagreements. This is a great energy to have in the bedroom. Now, even outside the bedroom, you can work in this sector. This is a great energy for any career and work related activity. Money related, of course, If you're an entrepreneur, if you work from home, also this is great because it brings not only business opportunities and opportunities to partner up with others, but it also, it's not just hard work, it's also fun doing it, right? So you're really going to celebrate yourself here. So this is a great sector to be in. Now, one sector that can be classified as a positive one, even though it's in the West sector, which is not the best sector overall in 2023, is the West with the number 6. Now, the number 6 star can be used for any career-related activity. So if you're a career employee or maybe you are unemployed and you're looking for a job, then you can do all of these activities from the West sector, meaning writing your CV, going online to look for job openings, then sending out to your CV, maybe even take interview over Zoom or over phone from the West sector, everything that is related to your career advancement, right? And then obviously also, if you already have a job and you are a career employee, if you want to sort of work on getting promoted, you can do any related activity from the West sector. That would be great. It increases your ability to stand out. It increases your ability to command authority and status and reputation. So this definitely helps. Now, the rest of the areas are not all that great, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. So the first one is here, the Northeast with the monthly number 7. Now, we call this the discord star. Sometimes it's also called the robbery star, but it's just generally an energy that may be a little bit upsetting and gets you into more arguments than usual. Now, if your kitchen is located here, make sure that the stove is always turned off, unless you're cooking, of course. But once you're done with cooking, especially if you have a gas stove, please turn it off, because the number 7 star can also bring an increased risk of fire hazards. And obviously we would like to avoid that. And for that precise reason, I would say also don't light any candles in the Northeast sector during the month of June, or make sure that if you do, they are properly supervised. Otherwise, you do risk a fire hazard. Now, for those of you who are in Chinese metaphysics, such as myself, the Northeast sector is actually not all that bad, because the number 7 is associated with anything to do with Chinese metaphysics. So if you're working from home in that kind of particular industry, you can also do it from the Northeast sector. You may have a few more disagreements with your colleagues or maybe your family members than usual, but for your actual work, this is a great area. Then we have the monthly number 2. Now, this is considered an illness star. And if you are someone who suffers from chronic health issues, or is maybe trying to recover from an illness or maybe a surgery, or you are just generally not in the best health condition, then this sector should probably be avoided. Also, if you are pregnant, I would say don't sleep in this sector, not in the first trimester, or you may risk complications. If you're completely healthy, if you're relatively young, then I wouldn't worry too much. Yeah, no problem if you sleep here. You may get a stomach bug or maybe a sore throat or something like this. Really, absolutely nothing major. There's not much to worry about if you are completely healthy. As long as you don't shift any furniture around or do any hammering or drilling here, you will be absolutely fine. Then we have the Southeast sector here with the monthly number 3. Now, the monthly number 3, or the number 3 star in general, is considered an argument star. So with this one here, you do have a risk of becoming way, way more argumentative than usual. And if you have your master bedroom located here, couples may actually argue way more than usual. Now, obviously, you can use common sense and try to avoid arguments that are really not worth fighting in. But when it comes to a business sense or a business perspective, I would say try not to sign any sort of contract agreements or legal documents in the Southeast sector this month. It's very likely that if you do, you may overlook a really, really important detail in that contract or in that agreement, and that can then down the road lead to legal disputes and arguments, right? And that's definitely something we want to avoid. You may also, if you're a business owner and you're sitting in the southeast, if you're in constant client interface and if you're in the front line, you may get into more disagreements with your clients, business partners than usual. So again, common sense is needed here. Try not to get into fights and arguments that are completely needless. And then lastly, the one sector that we really do not want to disturb is the Northwest. Now, in 2023, the Northwest is anyway considered one of the most inauspicious sectors, but this energy doubled up in June 2023. So avoid any hammering, any drilling, any shifting of furniture, too loud noises, avoid any such thing in the Northwest sector. Just keep it as quiet as possible. If your bedroom is located here, as long as you don't do any of the aforementioned activities, you'll be fine, not a problem. The only people I would recommend not to spend too much time here is pregnant women, the elderly, and those with chronic health issues, yeah? Because that may lead to complications or it just may amplify the issues that are already existing. All right, but other than that, as long as you don't disturb the sector, you are fine. If you happen to work from the Northwest sector and you have the ability to shift your desk, then it's probably a wise idea to do so. At least for that month, just go somewhere else. If you can, any other sector will be better. All right. So I hope this helped. I hope you can make use of all the really, really amazing sectors that we have this month. And really tap into the south, the southwest, the north, and to a certain degree also the west sector. Make sure that you spend as much time as possible in those areas of your home or your office to take full advantage of these energies. Now, if you have any questions, any comments, as always, you can leave them in the comment section below. You can also get in touch with me directly. My email address is in the notes to this video. And if you would subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. If you could just like the video, share it with anybody who may be interested, that would also be absolutely great. And I'd really love that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time.